Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 21st of October, and welcome to the Deadline Press Agency roundup of today's top news stories. I'm Oliver Faramond.
And I'm Rory Reynolds. Let's have a look at today's papers.
And on the front page of the Herald, the Scottish Government has signed a deal with a private company to replace the Royal Mail services during the strike. They have signed an £8 million deal with TNT to deliver mail for 89 public sector bodies in Scotland.
This comes the day before nationwide strikes on the part of Royal Mail workers.
And on the front page of the Scottish Sun today, the Sun have published the details of what the world's fattest man has for lunch. 4 large cod, 2 pies, 4 battered sausage, 6 large chips, mushy peas and curry sauce. He weighs 70 stone and he lives in Ipswich in Suffolk.
Page 15 of the Scottish Sun today, and a woman has been found dead in her bathtub in what police are calling an unexplained death. Our colleague Cara Sullivan went to this case late last night.
In the wake of the news yesterday that the Army were rejecting Nick Griffin and the BNP's use of Army imagery, Nick Griffin has hit back, and that's what's on the front page of the Scottish Daily Mirror today, that Nick Griffin has accused 2 ex-Army chiefs of being like Nazi war criminals, comparing their crimes to the Nazis, and the consequences will be similar to Nuremberg, he says. On page 7 of the Daily Mirror, Simon Cowell's first withering put-down has been revealed. It came at the age of just 5.
That's right. At 5 years old, his mum asked him, "Do you like my new hat?" And Cowell said, "No, you look like a poodle."
On page 1 of the Scottish Daily Mail is news that the recession could be drawing to a close as annual sales for September grew 4.3%, along with a buoyant housing market.
That's right. Scots are ignoring the recession and splashing out. This contradicts evidence over the past year that said shoppers in Scotland have been spending less than those in England. But evidence here says that Scotland could spend its way out of the recession quicker. And an interesting story just next to that on the front page. ITV chiefs are refusing to show Taggart across the UK. And this is believed to be because STV has refused to show The Bill and several other English dramas. And the picture of 2 of the detectives on the front cover here, and by the looks of it, rather an old picture. They look a good couple of years younger than they do now.
And after one recession-busting story on page 1, a recession-reinforcing story on page 5 about Scots artist Peter Howson, who was forced to sell his private collection of paintings on the same day he was knighted.
There's a great story on page 7 of the Daily Star here. Peter Andre's current bodyguard is a former wrestler, and he says he'll enter the ring to fight Jordan's boyfriend Alex Reid. He says, and this is to defend Peter's honour, he says, "If he stops being a chicken and signs the deal, I'll be a national hero." Page 1 of the Daily Record today, and a young man has been sentenced to 8 years for kicking a young father to death after he vandalised his car. There's a great story on page 3 of the Scotsman today. A BA aircraft had to be grounded after a tarantula was seen on board.
The BA flight from Heathrow was grounded while specialists were brought in to comb the plane for the 8-legged critter.
Page 15 of the Scotsman today, and Scotland's top QC, Donald Finlay, has said that there's a real danger of juries becoming impartial because they're Googling the cases that they're working on. Finlay, who has worked on some of Scotland's most famous cases, says, "I don't believe that the system has anything to combat internet searching." The Pope has paved the way for thousands of Anglicans disillusioned with the Church's stance on female clergy on homosexuality to convert to Roman Catholicism. That's one of the main stories in the Telegraph today. And quite controversially, this means that married Church of England clergy could be ordained as Catholic priests. Page 15 of the Telegraph, and eating biscuits has never been so dangerous. Council workers have been advised on how to eat biscuits safely. This comes after a joke survey by Fox's Biscuits was sent around to workers. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll have more from the Scottish press tomorrow. I'm Rory Reynolds.
And I'm Oliver Faramond. Thanks very much for listening.